organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
On this edition of Daily Iowan TV,
Online studying, see how one website based out of Iowa City has grown a national following.
and pandemonium on the Ped Mall, hear about multiple violent incidents downtown.
And in sports, one Hawkeye gets put in the record books.
All that and more next.
Daily Iowan TV is ready to go. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Mary Lepeka.
And I'm Hannah Thompson.
We begin tonight with a continuation of protests on campus regarding the high number of sexual assaults. Protests in reaction to UI President Sally Mason's comments on sexual assault continued for a second straight week. Today, members of Not My Nature delivered letters every 2 minutes to Sally Mason's office, showing the rate of reported sexual assaults in the United States. The Daily Iowa will be running special stories each day this week on the issue of sexual assault at the UI. See tomorrow's pages for continued coverage.
It started off as a bad test grade, then they dropped out of college. Now 2 former students have taken an idea to synchronize studying with social media. Their business was first just a local effort. Now over 50 college campuses are logging on. Daily Iowan TV's Aaron Faust spoke with the former students on their impressive success.
Clusterflunk, a social media name that has been lingering around the University of Iowa's campus since January of 2013. Now jumping to 2014, the website has reached several other universities, and within the last month they have gathered 19,000 more users and have reached almost 29,000 altogether. The idea came to the founders after realizing how hard it was to communicate in bigger lecture halls.
It kind of just seemed really ridiculous to us that there wasn't a tool that you could just talk to the kids that you sit next to, 3 or 4 times a week.
So they started creating something a little different.
There's a lot of things out there like Study Blue. You can make great flashcards and things like that. There's a lot of these specific tools, but there really wasn't just a social network based around your university.
Clusterflunk takes pride in the fact that everything you use on their site is free.
To be honest, you should never really have to pay, more money to just be able to talk and share files with your classmates.
Clusterflunk has grown rapidly, especially within the last month, but there is still work to be done, and one idea is going mobile.
Just to grow out CF and make it kind of a nationwide thing and hopefully a worldwide thing.
Aaron Faust, Daily Iowan TV.
As of right now, Clusterflunk does not receive revenue for their social media services, but they have several investors. Not to worry though, they say as promised, they never want to charge their users.
2 siblings were charged with assault early Sunday morning after 2 separate stabbing incidents. Iowa City Police say Jose Mata Hernandez stabbed a man inside Brothers Bar and Grill after an argument at approximately 12 a.m. He was arrested after police found him eating a gyro in the Ped Mall. 45 minutes later, officers reported a separate incident where Hernandez's sister Abigail Mata and another female were assaulted. A woman with a knife in the bathroom of Pines Bar down the street. Both were released on a $7,500 bond.
This cold weather has been tough on Iowa City pipelines, so tough that a burst pipe put the west side of town on a boil warning for water last week. Greta Miley has the story on how the city solved the problem.
After a high-profile break in a west side water pipe last week, the Iowa City Water Department was forced to issue its first boil advisory in history. Assistant Water Superintendent Kevin Slutz said this and other breaks doubled the total number of pipe bursts at this time last year.
Because of the location of the break, our pumping stations were running full out, weren't able to keep up with the demand for water.
Slutz said the advisory was called because breaks of this caliber can allow bacteria to contaminate the water system.
In this particular case, we had a hole that blew out of the water main and it created a split in the pipe. And so what we did was we cut a portion of the water main out and replaced it with new ductile iron pipe.
I'm here at the corner of Lafayette Street and Capitol Street at the site of the main break. This break was the 40th break that Iowa City has seen this year out of 46 due to dry temperatures.
And as you can recall, this has been a pretty dry period going into this winter as well. So I don't know exactly what causes it, but it does appear that there's a correlation between the dry weather and the frost depth in the main breaks.
Slutz continued by saying the age of the water mains in Iowa City make these bursts unavoidable. The best way to decrease this substantial amount of pipe breaks, he said, is for the water main repair team to continue to replace old water pipes with new. Greta Miley, Daily Iowan TV.
Much more still coming your way on Daily Iowan TV.
Hindering human trafficking. See what one group is doing to raise awareness of sex trafficking in eastern Iowa.
And in sports, a special Monday edition of 5 Things.
It may be March, but this winter is still going. Megan, when is it going to warm up?
Thanks, guys. While the temperatures were almost unbearable today, we might see temperatures above freezing by the end of the week. Temperatures for tomorrow are looking to be a little less harsh, but will remain below freezing. Tomorrow morning, we'll start off with a high of 21 degrees. In the afternoon, we'll rise slightly to 27 degrees. Finally, temperatures will drop to 23 degrees for the evening. Partly cloudy skies are expected throughout the day tomorrow. Taking a look at the rest of the week, there's a 50% chance of snow on Wednesday, and temperatures won't break 30 degrees. However, by Thursday and Friday, we should see temperatures in the upper 30s. Cloudy skies on Thursday may lead to rain on Friday. The weekend should wrap up with the highs in the lower 30s. Well, that's all that I have for weather today. Just 2 weeks until you can get out of this cold and somewhere warm for spring break. Hang in there. Back to you guys at the desk.
Sex trafficking is something many wouldn't expect to see in Iowa, but the world's largest truck stop is one of the larger trafficking hubs in the Midwest. Let's toss it over to our own Reed Chandler for more in this week's Political Alert.
Human sex trafficking is an issue that affects more individuals around the world than people might think. It has even made its way into the Midwest, where numerous cases have been reported right here in eastern Iowa. To cope with this issue, a bill was passed last week in the state Senate that enforces stronger trafficking laws in Iowa. Our own Stefan Duran talked to some local organizers who have been raising local awareness about this worldwide issue.
Iowa may not seem like an expected spot for devastating activities like human trafficking, but in recent years it has become a problem worth addressing in the state.
There's a local story of a girl from Cedar Rapids that was trafficked a couple of years ago at a local Hy-Vee. So yeah, I know it happens.
Last week, the Big White House ended its short-term exhibit on sex trafficking. The exhibit gave visitors many frightening statistics and featured stories of some trafficking victims around the globe. Organizers say this exhibit has really ignited a more local concern to this worldwide issue.
Part of the reason why Iowa is kind of a place is just because it's, you know, the country or whatever, and it's like it's easy to kind of hide. And so that's really troublesome to law enforcement.
Senator Dvorsky hopes with this exhibit and with his bill, it will raise awareness about human trafficking in this neighborhood and around the state.
The impact of human trafficking internationally is billions. I mean, they're into everything, and this needs to be stopped. If we can do a little bit in Iowa to do that, we need to do it.
And Journey to Freedom organizers are confident legislative action will help limit and address the issues as well.
How do we, from a legislative side, bring either consequences or help for those who are involved with trafficking? I think, you know, that's an important aspect of addressing this issue as a whole.
Although the exhibit ended in Coralville last weekend, organizers are hoping to turn it into a touring exhibit throughout other towns in the state. Back to you.
Thanks, Reed. And now we'll hand it over to our sports studio where Rachel Bedell is standing by. Rachel?
Thanks, Mary. Another great program ahead. Tonight, we'll hear from Fran McCaffrey seniors winding down on their Hawkeye careers and a special Monday edition of our 5 Things segment. Inside the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio, I'm Rachel Bedell. We begin tonight's program on the mat just after the release of the Big Ten Championships preliminary seeds. 8 Iowa wrestlers made it into the top 4, including senior Tony Ramos, who takes the top seed at 133 pounds. Nick Moore earned the number 2 spot at 165, 3 more at the 3 seed, Corey Clark at 125, Mike Evans at 174, and Ethan Lofthouse at 184. Defending NCAA championship Derek St. John is only slotted at the 4th seed at 157. Other 4-seeders are Brody Grathus at 149 and Bobby Telford at 285. Off the mat and onto the field, the Heller era is off to a great start. The Iowa baseball team is now 9-1 after sweeping the Stetson Invitation in DeLand, Florida this past weekend. The team is off to its best start since 1940. Sam Logic of the women's basketball team earned her spot in the records book as the school's all-time assist leader. In Sunday's matchup against Illinois, Logic ended the regular season by posting 12 points with 7 rebounds and 5 assists. Those assists pushed the junior to 577 for her career. Only in her junior year, Logic is sure to put some distance between the previous record of 576 assists, which was set by Kara Konsugra back in 2001, Bluder's first season at the helm. Congratulations, Sam. Still on the court side of things, Fran McCaffrey and co. will soon be preparing for their final game at home this Saturday night against Illinois. And for 3 members of McCaffrey's squad, it'll be their last time taking the court inside Carver Hawkeye Arena. I caught up with 3 of the seniors, Devin Marble, Melson Basabe, and Zach McCabe, Sunday about their memorable moment while in a Hawkeye uni.
I'd say one of the best moments probably when we beat Purdue our freshman year.
Yeah, that probably was like, you know, obviously I'm a father. Yeah, they know that. But before that, that probably was the greatest day of my life before that happened. And I told somebody it's tied, but they didn't like that. But, yeah, I'm going to agree with Dev. That was just a crazy – it was just like you can't imagine that feeling. And, you know, just this year playing all these big games is, you know, just the feeling of this whole season that we have a very talented team. All of this stuff has been special.
I'd say Purdue freshman year was a lot of fun. And, you know, we had Chris Street night when we played Wisconsin, and that was pretty exciting. A lot of energy in the building and stuff like that, and we came out with a big win, so that was fun.
You had your daughter this year, so how has that been having your daughter while competing in your senior year?
It's been excellent. It's been a blessing. You know, everybody was asking me, it could be a challenge being a parent, but, you know, so far it's just been so fun and enjoyable. And, you know, my daughter kind of is like her daddy, very, you know, and enjoyable, exciting, and, you know, she's playful, and Uncle Dev right here plays with us, so, you know, he knows she's been just a great addition to us. So, you know, like I said, everything has been a blessing. Been blessed with these great, talented teammates, been blessed with winning, blessed with a daughter. Like I said, my family, everything this year has just been, you know, just glorious.
That'll do it for me here in the sports studio. Be sure to tune into tomorrow's program where we'll have more from our 3 seniors. But before I go, Taylor Axelson and Jalen Socek are standing by for a Monday edition of 5 Things. Taylor and Jalen, take it away.
Hey guys, welcome back to 5 Things. I'm Taylor Axelson.
And I'm Jalen Socek. So you've probably all seen how hungry Aaron White is on the court during a Hawkeye basketball game, but I bet you don't know how hungry he is out of the gym.
So far in his career, the junior has had 45 double-doubles, and this season is leading the Big Ten in field goal percentage.
Right now, he's leading the team in rebounds and could become the 5th player since 1960 to lead the Hawks in rebounding 3 consecutive seasons.
So we heard the Strongsville, Ohio native keeps himself on a strict, healthy diet. So we asked him 5 of his game day eats.
For pregame meal, I like to eat, I got 2 things. I either eat pancakes or I like to eat grilled chicken with green beans. Postgame, if we're at home, usually go out to eat. I like Monica's. That's my favorite spot around town. The salmon's the best there. Or if we're on the road, they usually get us pizza, but I don't really eat that, so I eat a banana and a protein shake until I get home. Favorite snack would probably be cereal. I'm a big cereal eater, so right now chocolate Cheerios and Raisin Bran. So.
Well, we know what he ate after the game. Probably not pizza.
That's okay, more for us. So that's all we have for tonight, but thanks for stopping by.
We'll be right here again next week to pass 5 new things your way.
Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Rachel. And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek into tomorrow's pages of the Daily Iowan.
Continuing the conversation, read part 2 of our week-long series on sexual assault on campus.
And fired up, read about one Iowa cheerleader who's gone viral.
That's your latest edition of Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to check us out at the same time tomorrow or anytime online at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for watching and have a great night.